Off tape is the off tape. This is the off tape. Off tape is the off tape. This is the off tape show.
Hi, you're back, Jeff.
Yes, yeah, I think that was really interesting what you were saying. I also wanted to ask you, so what caught your interest into Afro music? Like, what was your interest besides, most people can listen to a sound and say, okay, I like this sound, but they will not want to decide to want to play it, to want to go. So what caught your interest in the sound?
You know what? When I started listening initially to the sound, and I'd hear the sound, and I'd check out the videos of the artists and the way they dressed, the way they danced, and again, it all goes back to the New Jack Swing era. It reminded me so much of New Jack Swing, because New Jack Swing had its own fashion. You know, they had their own dance. They had their own dance sound. The music was upbeat. It was funky. Had elements of R&B. Everything that Afrobeats is. You know, New Jack Swing had its own set of producers,
Yes.
songwriters, artists. Afrobeats again has its own set of circle of big producers,
Yes.
big artists. You know, the culture, the dance sounds, the unique fashion. It just reminded me of what
Off tape is the off tape.
I was reliving
This is the off tape show.
listening to Afrobeats.
Yeah.
You know, it's so energetic and upbeat and full.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, I think that's why even in Nigeria today, if you're doing the music and the music it's not danceable, it's actually hard to sell. So that's why most artists, you have to do a music that will be hit, that can make a hit in the club, that can be a hit everywhere, that can play at the bars. So Nigeria just love to dance, basically. I think that's why our music too, it's actually contagious to the world right now. And
I mean,
go on, Steve.
What I was going to say about the Nigerian artists as well is they're amazing hustlers. It's like they want the music to get heard so bad that, say, if I message, say, an artist in Nigeria and say, can you send me your record so I can give it some airplay here? They'll respond within minutes, within seconds, and that record is in my inbox within minutes.
See?
You know, if I message, say, a UK R&B artist, I hate to say this, you know, it takes them 3 days to a week before they've done it or even respond. And I think, where's your hustle? You know, Nigerians, it's like my DMs on it, you know, and I'd say this to any Nigerian artist that's watching this now. If I haven't responded to your DM because I've got hundreds of DMs from artists going, please, will you play my record? I can't, you know, after nearly 8 years of playing this sound, I literally can't respond to them all.
Yes.
Because they're all desperate for that airplay.
Yes.
And I respect the hustle.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Some I listen to, I get through and I check and I go, that sounds good. And I respond and go, send me a record. A lot of the time they just don't sound good enough. They can't sing, or the production isn't good enough, or it's not mastered properly. But you know, you guys are the best hustlers in the world, man. You can tell the hunger's there, and I respect that. I do respect that so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it's also our government is also part
you
of
know that. You know that.
Our government makes us hustle. But Nigerians, we are creative people, you know, we're intelligent people, we're smart people, we're gifted people, and we have hustle in our spirits too as well. So I think you're right about that. So
let's hope we can edit this video as well.
Don't worry, I'm going to do it very well. It's going to synchronize well. So I also want to thank you too, because now our artists are selling the O2. The O2 Arena was like a big thing to us, but now Wizkid sold the O2 3 times on a row. Burna Boy, Davido, and a lot of people don't know you're one of the people we have to thank for this, because you have been playing Afro music from the 90s, and our music, I just started getting recognition now. So that's why I did the show, and I wanted you to know, because Off Tape is about bringing people who actually are the real players that people do not really know about. So Stevie Streets is one of those people who have started playing music from Afro music from the 80s. So we owe you. We are giving you your flowers right now from Nigeria on behalf of the Afro team.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate what you're doing. We thank you for playing our music, and we'll keep playing our music. You know, because we have incredible sound, and the new generation of artists too are actually very talented. In fact, I think they are more better than us, if I would say, because they are diverse now in their sounds. You know, so
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I'll go to my next question. And I said, why mostly Nigerian artists? You know, we have we have African continents is big. Why do you choose mostly West Africa?
Well, I do incorporate a lot of Ghanaian sounds. I do like the Ghana sound, the Ghanaian bounce, Afro pop sound that they do. I like what's coming out of Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya. I do incorporate East African sounds. And obviously, at the moment, you can't ignore Amapiano. Amapiano is like a used tidal wave, you know, that's taking over.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
I just find Nigerians are far more responsive. They're more friendlier. Like you say, they're more on the hustle. You know, so so the Nigerian sound does take a big chunk of my show up. Then there's the Ghanaian sound, and then I do incorporate the East African sound.
Yes.
You know.
Okay, I just wanted to know, because I know a lot of people, Nigerians actually are the leader of the new wave internationally right now. Burna Boy is doing incredible well right now. So the younger generation of artists, we've won the Grammy Award. So I think we actually on the light right now. So it's an incredible feeling, you know. So I'll go to my next question.
Long overdue.
Yes.
Long overdue.
So I will ask you, what's the impact right now? What can you say statistically? Because we have pop music in the UK, we have other forms, like the other hip hop, like you said, the garage, and every other kind of music. But what can you say statistically is the position of hip hop music right now in the
UK? What of hip hop?
Yes, Afro music. What can you say?
Of Afro music.
Yes.
Well,
Afro hip hop.
Again, what I noticed from 2018 when I started doing a more dedicated Afrobeat show, I thought this sound's got huge potential to cross over. In fact, I could see it was going to happen even back then, you know, because the production sounds were so good, the songs were so catchy. You know, all it was down to was exposure, getting it heard, and I felt as well. And this is really important. The sound coming out of America, for me personally, wasn't as strong as it used to be anymore. Because we all look to America for what was coming out.
Yes.
But I'm sorry, but trap was doing nothing for me. I couldn't understand what he was saying. I wasn't down with the language. It was a culture that it was just, I couldn't really get with it. So if say American music had kept its standard up, and there was pumping the R&B out and the good rap, maybe Afrobeats wouldn't be as, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be as big now. But because it kind of, the American sound fell off, it was running out of ideas. I think that gave Afrobeats a little channel to start progressing and getting heard more in America, getting heard more in the UK, you know. So it's been a gradual process, and I remember people laughing at me going, why are you playing Afrobeat, Steve? What are you playing? That sound will never take off. And I'm going, have you heard it? I said, just wait and watch, you know, because everything is, like I say, everything's in place. The production's there, the artists are there, the songs are there, the videos are there. All it takes is people with money, with managers, with labels to come in and, you know, take a chance on it. And like you say, labels in Africa now, like you say, you've got Universal in Africa, you've got Sony out there, you've got Empire Music out there looking to pick it up.
Yeah, Atlantic Records.
You've obviously got Don Jazzy and Maven. You know, Don Jazzy and Maven have reached out more in London with Ayra Starr and Rema. They're breaking their artist here now. So, again, it's great what's happening. It's incredible what's happening.
Yes,
you know?
I think
I just hope that...
I was listening to a
just hope the major...
Go on.
I'll just hope that the problem you get is when major labels get into a scene and they start pumping money into it, there's more pressure then on it to cross over and go pop. that's my only concern, is will it dilute the sound? I don't want that to happen. You know, I don't want the sound of Afrobeats, you know, that sound being diluted, you know.
Yeah, but I think they too want that
that's how I feel.
originality. I think they too want that originality because the labels like Sony Music, they also have artists that are internationally. They have all the American artists. So they're coming in to sign Wizkid and Burna Boy. I think they want that Africanness. They want that unique sound. I think because that's the markets they also want to get, the African market. So I think it's not going to change. You're not going to dilute it, except the artists want to, because that's not what Sony wants. That's not what Universal wants. Universal wants you to get your market so that they can have a chunk of that money.
Sure.
That's what they want. But I want to ask you, I was watching a podcast with Jay-Z and Kevin Hart in the Heart to Heart show. And Jay-Z was saying that the new generation of hip hop in America, the artists, they just want to do what they want. That they have just left what they stood for, and now they're doing their own thing, their own sound, and their own listener, everything. I heard it recently. Jay-Z said that. I think that's the reason of what you are talking about, of making the American sound. But what do you think is the cause of that? How at one point did you think?
I don't think they've got. I don't think they've got a connection with like the old school sound. You know, as hip hop progressed, there was always the baton was passed from one rapper to another, and you'd hear elements of what was come from the past in the new music. I think, you know, it's a totally different side. It's a different generation. It's like I'm looking, you know, it's my daughter's generation of music, really. You know, they've been brought up differently. So, you know, there's a complaints in R&B about there's not, R&B doesn't have the word, they're not making songs about love anymore. They're making songs about sex and the here now. And it's the same with rap. I don't think it connects with the old school, what's come before it, as much as what it used to.
Somebody said something that there's no life in the music of the black music anymore. There's no life, no soul. Sorry, there's no soul. That's in years to come, the new generation are gonna go back to the old DMXs, the old Nas and Jay-Z, because that's what has soul. I read an article about that. So you're right, Stevie. Stevie, we're gonna go on a short break now. And we're gonna come back very soon. So just don't go anywhere, because I think this is really exciting and we're learning so much. So we're going on a short break. So I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Okay.
Technical issues. We're just trying to connect.
Roger.
I was trying to send you the link and it was almost like I could not connect you because but welcome back to the show, guys. Welcome to the Off Tape Show. We're having Stevie Streets right now, an Afro collector of Afro music from the early 80s. He has a show with the Legacy FM. And he has been doing great. You know, so in case you're just joining us now, Stevie Streets, ladies and gentlemen, we owe this in Nigeria. We owe you so much, sir. We owe you so much, really. And I also want to ask you before we go further. It's a little bit personal now. That was my song you put in your show, Your Love, My Love, and the Afro Hit EP. So I just wanted to know because I sent you the whole EP. Why was that? Why was it that song you chose out of the 8 tracks on that EP?
Normally it's when I listen to a song, it's probably the lyrics, the melodies, the things that catch me. I think I hear it, all right, the production's good, it sounds mastered, mixed and mastered well, but I think can I work this song? You know, is it a song that I'd want to play again? Will the listeners resonate with it? You know, and that's probably why I picked that track. You know, that's probably one that worked the best, I felt, at the time for radio play.
Thank you very much, because that helped have exposure to exposure at that time, and it helped the EP. And like I said, thank you very much, and also thank you for what you have been doing for Afro music. But I'll go to another of my questions. Have you visited Africa before?
Have I what? Sorry,
visited Africa before? You know, with your love.
I haven't yet. It's you know, a lot of people are reaching out to me to say, please come to Nigeria. When are you coming? And I think the COVID situation restricted everyone from travel to go, like say last year. That didn't happen. And it's just getting the money together, you know, obviously traveling, air tickets, hotel stay, then spend, you know, I believe Lagos it's not cheap, it's expensive. So, you know, so when I get the time right, when I've got the money together, then you know, I'll pay you guys a visit, definitely.
I think it's not too expensive as you think. We have affordable places right here, and I think London or UK to Lagos is 6 hours, so it's usually it's not
Not
far.
too
You can
bad.
even get around in Nigeria even before. Someone can go to the UK twice, and you're still traveling by road to other places in Nigeria. So I think it's very accessible. I will want you to come. We want you to come because so lots of the artists
Thank you.
you've projected. We want to see you. We want to see you to come here. We can do a radio tour. Come to some of the radios so we know Stevie Streets are here. It will be an incredible feeling. What other place in
Sure, it
Africa?
will.
What place in Africa would you love to visit besides Nigeria? Do you have any place in mind?
I would like to see East Africa, Ghana. Definitely,
Yes.
I believe Ghana's a beautiful place.
Ghana is in
Accra,
the west with
you
us.
know. Sorry.
I said Ghana is in the west with us, West Africa with us. So,
Yes,
yeah.
it is. It is indeed. It is. So yeah, definitely them places. But in the main, mate, Nigeria, Lagos,
Yeah.
Abuja,
Yeah.
places like that. But I'd like to see them places.
Yeah.
You know.
We'd like to have you here, Stevie. When you want to come, we can host you, I can show you around.
Reach out. I'll
Yeah.
reach out to you, man.
Yes.
Definitely reach out to you.
Do you also, I want to ask also, do you host Afro artists in your show? Because I know you play Afro music, but do you
Yes, I
they come
do interviews. I
into
do.
the studio?
You know.
They come to the studio?
Again with the COVID, we've been restricted in the radio station. We're not really, with COVID, not allowed to have guests, but it is getting back. The schedule's getting back to normal now. We're going back to a weekly schedule on the station, and yeah, I think we'll be allowed guests back in. So get local artists and things like that for
Yeah.
interviews, definitely.
Because I think it would be amazing because most of our big artists are coming on tour, like the Rema you're talking about, the Wizkids and stuff. They're coming on tour in the UK. So I think it would be incredible if they come to your show live, because you have been promoting
Would be amazing.
Yes, I think you have to reach out to them intentionally to make them come to your show because we owe you everything. You have been promoting our music for over a decade now. And I think it's only right at this time when the Afro music is really enjoying that global presence for these artists to come to your show. There's this British artist, what's that? Tim Westwood, that used to host rappers, and at one point Wizkid was
That's
there,
correct.
Davido was there too, So I think it's about time Afro artists start coming to your show, you start hosting them. I think you should start reaching out to them too. Although you're in Manchester, most of their shows are in London, but you can start reaching out to them that you want to have them in the studio. I think some of them have their shows in Manchester and they can stop by. They can stop by. I think that will also be a good.
Some of the I have reached out to some of the bigger artists when they're on tour here. It's all down to the promoters because they're scheduled to, they're always kind of busy. Getting them to come to the studio on a certain day or a certain time can be very difficult if they're touring. If they're in, say, performing in London one evening, getting them to come to the studio and that is very difficult. I find it better like doing a live phoning, to be quite honest. Live phoning's, getting them on the call, and I find that much easier. But if there is opportunities to come down the studio, we'll definitely make that happen.
Yes.
But
yes.
you said it, not me.
Yeah, because I think it's about time. You can't keep playing our music. Even your audience need to hear this artist from Africa firsthand in your show.
We've had some in the last month or so. We've had some big artists. We've had Simi gave us a great interview. We've had Ladipo came through. So we've had a few. We have had a few. And we've had quite a lot in the past as well. Yemi Alladay's called, not in the studio, but she's phoned up.
Okay.
So we've had some of the bigger artists on.
Okay.
And obviously we still like to give the upcoming artists an opportunity as well. With interviews and that.
So all the upcoming artists right now at Stevie Streets on Instagram, you can go to his Instagram handle, send him your songs. If it's good, trust me, he's gonna play it. I know that, I'm sure about Stevie. It's not about money. Just make sure the mixing, the mastering, everything is well. Send to Steven on Instagram, and you can never tell. You can be the next Wizkid through Stevie in the UK. So I just want to also ask too: is it only Afro music you play in your show? Is it just strictly Afro?
Well, I do on one show on Legacy. I do Afrobeats. I'm also on another station called Global Soul Radio where I play R&B, you know, and a bit of Afro fusion. If it's R&B sounding, I'll play it. You know, so I do that as well. So that's 2 radio you got on a Wednesday evening now. The Afrobeats Fresh shows on a Wednesday evening from 9 till 11 o'clock in the evening on legacy901.com, and then on a Saturday from 3 till 5 p.m. you've got the R&B Fresh show on Global Soul Radio. Again, it's globalsoulradio.com.
Okay.
So plenty to keep me busy there.
Yeah,
to keep me working and busy.
I can see that already. I also want to ask this question. It's a kind of personal now. What about your kids? Are they into music? They love music like
well, my daughter likes Drake. She's a big fan of Drake. She likes Burna Boy.
Oh.
She really is a big fan of Burna Boy now. So yeah.
What's her name? What's her name?
My daughter loves music.
Give a shout out to her. What's her name?
Charmaine online.
Hello,
on Instagram.
Charmaine. Hello, Charmaine. We're saying hello from the Afro Heat, from the Off Tape Show. We're saying your dad is an incredible person. I hope you grow up. I hope you watch this video someday. And your dad is doing a great thing for us in Africa. We really appreciate him. And we say shout out to you, Charmaine, too. Thank you,
sir.
Also, I want to ask you, what would you want to say to the young artists? You know, that as an elderly person who have been experiencing, listening to music, playing music, what can you say to the young generation of artists making music now? What are you?
I would say, and I always say this to him: songs. You know, if you can write a song that can connect with people, that is very catchy, that makes people want to sing your song over and over again, you'll stand a massive chance of getting on it. If you can't write songs, find someone who can write a song. You know, because songs are the things that we're still, you know, we love songs from 30 years ago, from 10 years ago, from 20 years ago. It's about songs, you know, and you hustle. You got to hustle, you know. Get your song mixed and mastered well, get it produced well, get the song right, you know, work on your performance, work on performing your performing skills, and then use social media, you know, hustle DJs like me to play use your social media, get yourself on Spotify, use all the mediums that are out there to get your music heard. I mean, use anything that doesn't cost money. You know, if something's free, use it. You know, build your contacts, you know, and it's tough. I know it's so tough starting out, and it costs a lot of money, you know, production, mix and mastering, then promoting your record. I am aware it does cost a lot of money. Videos, like you say, videos go a long way. But, you know, if you can literally put a song out there, say on SoundCloud for free, that's produced well, and the vocals good, you know, but the song hits you stand a big chance because people want to listen to it then, you know.
Yes, people are always listening, honestly.
Songs travel worldwide.
Yes, mostly now that we have the internet, you know, you can never tell. It just goes as fast as a whirlwind. And I also want, do you play outside? Do you do gigs apart from your work? You know, do you do gigs?
Not really at the moment. I'm not doing. There is people have asked me to DJ, but it's something that I might consider. But I'm just more comfortable doing radio, to be quite honest.
Okay.
You know, the thing with radio is I'm in control. I can play what I want to play. Whereas if I DJ somewhere, you've got to play to a crowd, and that's a skill in itself. You know, and I'm quite happy. I've done my DJing in the past. I've got that out of my system, playing to a crowd and getting them all excited. You know, that's a young man's game for me. Whereas I'm now just happy doing radio, using my knowledge, my experience, and being in control. Yeah, and playing what I want to play. You know.
Okay, that's really incredible. And what about these music festivals that they're having? Do you go to them? Do you like have a special?
No,
some radios have special that apart from inside of the studios, they actually have special that they take on a special. Like maybe say Wizkid is doing a store in the O2, they can go and have like an audio session from the fans. And do you do something like that? Or you just in the studio?
Festivals in the summer in the UK, festivals are huge here. You know, it's not my thing. You know, studying a field, watching music is, you know, again, it's the sort of thing. I did all my clubbing and go to bars. I did it when I was younger. You know, I was out 2-3 times a week. I'm more settled now. You know,
Yeah,
I've let my, you know, my daughter's generation go to festivals. It's for, you know, it's that age group. They're full of energy. They're staying up all night. They're sleeping in a tent, you know, for the next day. And more power to them, I'd say. But for me, you know, I'm just, like I said, I prefer radio. You know,
yeah.
much more intimate experience.
So what do you do to
You know,
relax, like from the stress? What do you do?
um,
A lot of
if
your
I
people travel for vacation. Do you take vacations? What do you do?
Well, but believe it or not, if I'm not doing music, then I watch a lot of boxing. I like you know,
Hmm.
boxing and football. They're my two main sports. So, you know, my weekends are catching up with the boxing,
So who's your favorite
football.
fighter? Who's your favorite fighter? If I was nice.
There's I've got to mention AJ. You know what I mean? He's got a
Oh,
big fight next week. You
oh,
know, let's hope we can do it. Tyson Fury.
yeah,
There's so many. You know, I really enjoy the boxing. You
yeah,
know, really into
yeah.
that.
What about sports and soccer? You're in England, Manchester United, Manchester City. They are both in your city.
Sure, man.
So who do you support? The Premier League just started now. So who are you?
Manchester City,
Hmm.
Manchester City, Manchester City.
Manchester City have mastered the league. They have just been taking the cup. But this time, Chelsea. I'm Chelsea. I'm Chelsea, so we're coming for the cup this time. Anyway, Stevie,
Listen, Jeff. It's incredible talking to you, man.
yes,
Seriously,
yes,
been a
yes,
pleasure. Been a pleasure to be on your show, man.
yes. Lastly, before you go, I wanted to give us a shout out on our show, the Off Tape Show. Just give us a shout out. Hey, I'm
Got to
Stevie.
say, okay. Hey, I want to say a big shout out to Off the Tape YouTube channel, the Off the Tape Show with my man Jeff the Ruler. I'm Stevie Street from the UK, Manchester City, of course, playing all the Afrobeat hits, upcoming artists, the R&B. Yeah, big shout to me on your show, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Stevie Streets, for having us, for having you in our show, for even having us too as well, because it's a swell time. I didn't regret this move because when I thought about the international borders of our music, you are the first person that came to mind, and I didn't regret it. I believe our audience have learned a lot. I believe the new generation of artists coming in the future when we're not here are going to learn from this video too. And we want to also give you your flowers to say thank you for what you're doing for Afro music
Thank you
and
for that.
just keep supporting Afro music. And we promise you that we'll keep keeping the quality of our music up. And with what you have dished out today, I think most of our artists too will use this to work on their sounds and all what you've said, songwriting and all of that, so that we can be better to exporting our music out globally. So thank you very much, Steve, for being on the Off Tape
Thanks, Jeff.
today. Have a swell time on the radio. You know, you can give us a shout out on the radio too. We wouldn't mind.
We'll do that, man.
So
We
thank you.
will
I'm
do
going to
that.
send you records for any records that's coming out because I have some fresh artists too that are doing well here. You know, so
Okay.
once I have them, I could send it to you too as well. So thank you, Stevie. Thank
Awesome.
you, Stevie, and have
Brilliant.
a nice day.
Take care, Jeff.
Yeah.
Bye bye, sir.
Yeah. Bye.
Off tape is the off tape. This is the off tape show.
Yeah, welcome back, guys, to the Off Tape Show, to the 4th episode. I'm so excited today because every of my guests keep bringing more knowledge. Thank you, Stevie. Thank you, Stevie Streets, for this. I hope you have learned so much from it, even as I've learned so much from it too as well. And this is the end of episode 4 of the Off Tape Show. And I also want to thank you for sticking around and being around from the first episode till now. Thank you so much for being part of the show. And we're giving out tickets courtesy Sky Cinemas. So if you want to win yourself a ticket, you can also go follow all our handles on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, and you can win an instant ticket too. So this is the end of the show for episode 4. See you in the next episode. It's your boy Jeff the Roller, the Off Tape Show. Thank you.
Off tape is the off tape. This is the off tape. This is the off tape show.
Welcome to the Off Tape Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel now and turn on your notification.